51. A gym body can look pathetic on a short guy, like he's an aggressive leprechaun.
Why is he being funny now? Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Pierce, and in today's video we're going to be debunking some more black pill beliefs. Or should I say we're going to be, because today I'm joined by a special guest. Ta-da! This is my fiancé, Sarah. Sarah, say hello to everyone.
Hi.
As I said, today we're going to be debunking some more black pill beliefs, and I thought it'd be interesting to, get a different perspective on this. Let's see what the ladies have to say. Incels beware. She might hurt your feelings, but it is what it is. The game's the game. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it.
35. An attractive man who is shy is perceived as cute. Meanwhile, 36. An unattractive man who is shy is seen as antisocial.
What's your opinion on that one then, Sarah? What you got to say?
I would say that has a lot of truth
Yeah.
in it. Yes. Just yesterday I was having a conversation with a woman and she said shy guys are so cute. They're actually really cute, and he would have to be cute.
Yeah.
She wouldn't be saying that about what she didn't find cute, but that makes sense, right?
That makes sense. I think it makes sense to me. I feel like I don't know, I think it's just the human psychology that we have. When we see someone who's attractive, we normally feel like they're going to be a good person, whatever that means. It's a subconscious thing that a lot of us humans do have. So I do get it. If you're unattractive and you're shy, people will see you more as being, antisocial, a bit creepy, potentially. So I get this one. So this one gets a pass, I guess. Gets a pass.
37. An attractive man who is awkward is seen as funny or adorable. Meanwhile, 38. An unattractive man who is awkward is seen as weird or creepy.
The fact they use that picture for him says a lot. Like they're trying to push a narrative, because if a man was looking at me like that, treat me like white teeth, don't get me dirty. that is creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess it's what kind of awkward. Like, if it's an awkward kind of humour, I think that could be funny on most people, really. An awkward, attractive guy can still be creepy.
Yeah.
It just depends.
Yeah, there's an agenda. Yeah, you can kind of see he's trying to do the whole good and bad, kind of positive and negative things here. So I get it. But I would say I kind of understand what he means when, an awkward, attractive person is kind of seen as a bit quirky and whatever, more or less.
Yeah, I think just in general, if you're attracted to someone, you give them more leeway.
Yeah.
So you get more of an opportunity to prove that this awkwardness about you is a cute thing, compared to being weird.
Yeah. I think this one probably gets a pass as well.
Yeah.
Sure.
39. When an attractive man makes bad jokes, they will be voluntarily laughed at by women as they want to impress him. Meanwhile, 40. When an unattractive man makes good jokes, they will be shunned as they will be seen as perverted or uncalled for.
Okay, this one. This one for me is just so funny. I don't know. There's the phrasing. The phrasing is a bit strange as well. Just the whole good and bad jokes. One, I don't think joke can really be put into that category. Good and bad joke. Joke for me, like humor, is very much subjective. What someone thinks isn't funny, a lot of people will think is funny, and vice versa. But I do kind of understand what he means. I think this is kind of links to what's that comedian that the guy that got cancelled recently. He's looks like
I forgot his
Hanson
name.
Squidward.
With a butt chin.
Yeah, Matt Rife, that's his name. So this reminds me of the Matt Rife situation where people were saying that people were only laughing at his jokes because they found him attractive. Well, just by looking at his audience, it's mainly females. Let's be honest. When you're having a male comedian, it's very unlikely he's gonna have just a major, massive female following unless he's attractive.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
That's true. That's true.
I think there might be some validity to this.
So, women do laugh at anything an attractive man says, even if it is the most basic thing. Like, he'll tell you, I went to the shop and I bought eggs today. Oh my god. You didn't buy eggs. You're crazy. So I see it. I see that being the case. But the whole good and bad joke thing, I know this guy's not funny. I don't even think he knows what humor is.
Yeah.
He's so robotic. oh no, a ugly guy told a good joke. That's creepy. If a joke is funny, people will laugh whether you're attractive or not, unless it is a creepy joke.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you're unattractive, you have to play it a bit safe around women when you're making jokes compared to an attractive guy. An attractive guy can joke about something you probably shouldn't joke about, and women will still laugh because it's like, yeah, he's allowed to.
So do you think these ones get a pass as well?
I'll give him
half a pass.
Yeah, I'll give him a half pass.
Alright.
Just a quick disclaimer, I started the counter at 20 because this is part 2 of the series. You missed the first 20. And if you want to watch those, watch part 1. Okay, bye.
41. An attractive man who is intelligent is perceived as smart. Meanwhile, 42. Intelligence on an unattractive man is nerdy or geeky.
I'm not sure how much I agree with this. I think it's more about the type of intelligence
Oh yeah, that's
rather
true.
than the person's looks. Because if someone's literally intelligent, let's say about like biomedical science, I think regardless of whether they're attractive or not, people will think they're very intelligent and they're smart. But if it's something like they know all the like anime characters or something, then regardless of how attractive they are, I think women will think they're quite nerdy, right? No?
Yeah.
Like I don't think a guy that knows like all the Marvel characters, they'll be like, oh, he's so smart. They'll be like, he's nerdy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. But then, is that what he would consider intelligence anyway? Like the Marvel anime info that you have in your mind. I think he's literally saying the whole, like, the first example he uses biomed.
Yeah.
So he's trying to say, this is how I'm seeing it, if an unattractive guy had that, a woman wouldn't see that as intelligence. She was, oh, you're just nerdy. Like, that's probably all you know. You don't have any social skills. And, maybe he's trying to say women would downplay it just because he's unattractive. Like, that's probably the reason why you have those smarts, is because you probably didn't have any other like social things to do, and you're a nerd. Compared
So, like,
to an attractive guy, it's like, wow, that's a big accomplishment. You probably had a lot going for you, and you're still very smart.
So it's more like people presume that if you're unattractive and you're smart, that's all you have to you.
Yeah, maybe like you had so much time to be smart, like because you're a nerd. I don't know.
That's deep.
That might be what he's going for, and I can see it potentially. But again, this feels very like high school. I don't think it's so much like this, like in the real world as an adult. I think he's definitely feeding into teenagers' insecurities with this one.
43. An attractive man with no friends is seen as a lone wolf. Meanwhile, 44. An unattractive man with no friends is seen as a friendless loser.
The way this guy talks is so weird.
What accent is that?
He's English. He's British as well.
Oh
He's
yeah,
British.
I don't know why.
I think he's British. I don't think anyone like in real life uses the term, oh, he's such a lone wolf. I don't think anyone sees like a really attractive guy sitting around and says, oh, he's such a lone wolf.
He watches too many movies.
I think so.
He watches like American high school, like Riverdale. Like he watches that kind of shit. I see what he's trying to say as well. Like again, it's just like if you're attractive and you don't have any friends, a girl probably wouldn't care as much. It's like, okay, more time for me. Like she probably wouldn't care as much. And an unattractive guy that has no friends, probably, okay, you have no friends, that's sad. I'm not going to be one of them.
Again, it goes back to feeling like the attractive person has positive traits even without knowing them. You still presume that they have other positive traits just because they're good looking, even though that has nothing to do with their personality whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I think this is just I think it just kind of shows his mentality, where he does also presume that attractive people have positive traits as well. Because I feel like this is quite easy to disprove if you literally just meet people and speak to them. Because I feel like there's a lot of people there that, regardless of their attraction, are lonely. And I don't think that makes you a loser or a lone wolf, depending on how attractive you are. So I would say these are debunked personally. What do you think?
I agree.
Cool.
45. Things such as grooming or improving your appearance don't amount to much and are overrated. This is because 46. Clothes and haircuts are not tied to your genetics. You can't pass down an expensive haircut to a child. It is an environmental factor. Therefore, women won't care about it.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I fully agree. I can see what he means. Like women like, some women, or maybe young women, like guys that look scruffy and look like they haven't washed, but only if they're like really good looking. They'll be like, yeah, he looks musty, but he's cute. But that doesn't mean to say that grooming doesn't have any input. Like you could be, if I'm going to use their ranking systems, you could be a 5 and then you could groom yourself. Like get an outfit that suits your body type, that is in current style. Get a haircut that suits your face. Wear like nice perfume. I don't know, jewelry. You could go straight up to like a 7.5 from a 5. Like so, it does matter.
Yeah, I think this is sending a really like dangerous message to men. If I'm being honest, like looking after yourself doesn't matter. That's the awful message to send to young men. That generally speaking already kind of struggle to look after themselves. Saying you don't have to go get a haircut, you don't have to clean yourself because it's not tied to your genetics. What the fuck what are you on about?
And
right
also,
now?
I'm sorry. About? It's kind of sickening because he's saying you don't even have to shower because a woman is like to shower is for a woman. And if a woman's not gonna like you anyway, you don't even need to shower.
Honestly, it's kind of insane.
You don't need to clip your toenails because a woman doesn't care about you anyway. And the only reason why you should clip your toenails is if a woman would like you for it.
47. Additionally, these factors often only work when the man is attractive anyway. Nice clothes look good when worn by attractive men, not the other way round.
Like how you...
I don't think that's true. Or is it like realistically, if you look at a lot of guys out there that do look after themselves, regardless of their attraction, they're gonna be more attractive to the opposite sex because it looks like they care about themselves. I think women are attracted to people that look like they value themselves. And if you don't look after yourself and style yourself, groom yourself, whatever, it's gonna come off like you don't care about yourself. So it's gonna be harder for someone else to care, like want to care about you if it looks like you don't care about yourself.
And I'm not gonna lie, even if I go into like small little groups and sectors of people, a certain style can put you into a community of like women that might find you attractive. You could dress like indie. You could have a certain kind of style, and that could, have a specific type of woman looking at you, because that will draw them to you. Adam Sandler, for example, that draws a type of woman.
Who?
Me.
Soccer moms. Hey. Goodness gracious. Wait, is this bunked or not?
Oh, it's debunked. Like that's rubbish.
Yeah, it's bunked.
48. An unattractive man in the exact same clothes will look terrible.
Again, I think this is just an awful message out there. I think he's just sending a lot of negativity out there, I can't lie. So basically, if you're not good looking, don't even bother trying to dress nicely and look after yourself because you're gonna look just as bad. I don't.
You're still gonna look bad. Yeah, he's basically saying don't put any effort into anything. You're worthless piece of shit and...
More or less, man.
That's what he's saying.
49. Going to the gym only helps if you are at least average in the face, for which it can dramatically improve your appearance. Meanwhile, 50. If you're below average in the face, getting a gym body will unlikely work, as it will be seen as overcompensating.
So again, he's so insecure. Like, he's premeditating being judged.
Yeah,
he is making men premeditate. Like, if you're below average... you're just going to be made fun of. Oh, you're compensating because you're below average. No one thinks that.
Yeah, honestly, no one thinks
No
like
one's
that.
going to see you at the gym and like, oh, you're below average. You're compensating being here. Like, no one, it's just, he's fear-mongering.
I think he's just very self-critical and he's putting it onto other people. And they should also be very self-critical. Because honestly, I don't think that's good advice for guys out there. Like, I think fitness in general has so many benefits, and to put it down to just, if you're unattractive or if you're below average, don't work out because people will think you're working out because you're unattractive. Like, what does that even mean? Like,
51. A gym body can look pathetic on a short guy, like he's an aggressive leprechaun.
why is he being funny now?
I think it's unintentional humor.
Why is he being funny now?
I'm sorry, a lot of women have said this before. Not the leprechaun bit. Not the leprechaun bit.
What bit then?
I think the whole like short man syndrome thing. So like when a guy is short and he's like, I would say he builds himself to a certain degree where he's probably considered quite bulky. In a way, it kind of makes you look smaller.
Okay.
So I think that kind of draws a bit of attention. I think when you have a body that draws attention in general, you're going to get comments. And I think short men get rough end of the stick, like when it comes to like social comments and stuff, and like the way people talk about them. So I have heard people say negative things about men that train a lot and they're short.
Is the alternative just not work out?
No. I don't think so. I don't think that you should ever really train your body or be a certain way for other people anyway. Like if you are below average in height. Even if you're average in height, people still might call you short, so it's a bit peak. But I think train and look how you want to look.
Yeah.
And that's it. People are going to say things regardless. And I'm not going to lie, a short guy that is muscly, I still think you have a higher chance of finding someone because you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
It's going to build your confidence. You're going to behave differently. As long as it doesn't, inflate your ego.
His wording here is just a bit crazy as well. Like saying short men with gym bodies look pathetic.
Pathetic.
I wouldn't use the word pathetic. Especially describing that guy. He does not look pathetic to me.
No.
But anyway, I don't agree with this. I'm gonna say that short kings should work out, guys. Alright.
Yes.
Look after your little bodies. It matters.
52. Some men who are even above average in the face and height are still genetically limited due to factors such as a poor frame and bad muscle building genetics.
This guy's just roasting people, bro. He just started roasting people now. Alright. No offense to the guy they used for the picture, but he's not exactly in the best shape in general.
Yeah.
Like, he's not finished his journey yet.
He's had a bit of a cut.
Yeah. He's probably just gone from skinny fat to like going to the gym for a bit. Mm-hmm. So probably not a great example. But I know what he means when he says, bad frame. But I think as a human, all you can do is make the best out of the situation. If you're born with a bad frame, then that is what it is, and you should still look after your body and work out. Mm-hmm. Don't know why he's trying to tell you, if you've got small traps, you just shouldn't work out. And
it's
I don't know.
I think if any women are watching this, this is something that women kind of get subliminally told as well. To achieve certain types of physiques that your body physically can't, like a thigh gap. I know that's not really something people talk about anymore, but that's just like a big example. Some people's bodies actually can't have that unless you're like a critically low body fat. Not everyone's gonna have an hourglass figure. Like everyone's bodies are set different, but it doesn't mean that you should just like never try.
Yeah.
You will look good. You will look as good as you can.
53. If a man has good height who was previously overweight, lowering his body fat percentage in the gym can completely transform his attractiveness. However, 54, this is only the case if the man's underlying facial structure is attractive. If the man is unattractive beneath the fat, he'll barely be in a better place than he was before.
Wait, so is he saying the man, like the second guy?
Yeah.
Was he saying he's initially a 3 and he's still a 3? That guy is not a 3. My god. How is that guy a 3?
I know. I think that guy is at least average looking, right?
I would say he's above if you think about his if you look at his face, then probably average. But like if you're taking in how much training he's done, his whole package, then how would he possibly be a 3?
Yeah,
that's actually ridiculous.
I think he's literally like doing the opposite of selling a dream. He's selling like a nightmare. He's literally selling a nightmare to these people that are saying, regardless of what you do, you can't be saved because you're fucked. What an awful way to live your life, just thinking, I can't do anything about my situation.
I just noticed what he's doing. He's like trapping his viewers. He doesn't ever want to let them go. He's abusive.
Bro.
This is YouTube abuse.
Literally. And then he charges them for face ratings. Okay, the first one was about lowering your body fat will improve your appearance. I think that's true. I think, generally speaking, most people look better when they have less fat on their body. So this is a rare W for him. This is a fair point.
This applies to most people.
Yeah.
Literally, lowering body fat can drastically improve your appearance. That is for everybody.
Yeah.
But he's trying to say that's just for facially attractive people.
Yeah.
It's for everyone and anyone.
55. The only difference between a friend and a boyfriend is how physically attractive you are.
What do you think about that?
Well, the only difference between a friend and a boyfriend is whether you're attracted to them or not. So like, if you're attracted to someone, there's a higher chance that you're not going to want to be their friend. You're going to want more. That is fine. That's normal.
Yeah.
You want to be with someone you're attracted to. There is still a chance for you guys in the friend zones, okay? I'm gonna keep you guys hooked there. There's still chance. I don't know. People write in, okay, and I'll read your letters, and I'll let you know if you have a chance or not, okay? Send a picture of yourself as well, and a picture of the girl.
Okay, I think basically, just mansplain a bit. If you've been friends with her for this long, bro,
But how long? Give it.
If you've been friends with this girl that you have feelings for, and she's just keeping you in at arm's length, and it's been more than, I mean, even say 6 months, bro, move on. That's enough time. 6 months is enough time for her to know if she likes you or not.
That's true.
If
Please,
it, like,
and don't be giving her girlfriend treatment, okay?
yes, guys, no more simping, please. It doesn't work.
No girlfriend treatment for anyone that's not a girlfriend.
Amen.
That's absolutely ridiculous. She does not respect you.
Bobby.
And she will lose more and more respect every time you do something for her.
But also, like, when he says the only difference is looks, I don't think that's true, because if the guy, like, for example, let's say that guy that he's giving an example, he's very attractive, but he has so many red flags. He's a piece of shit. He's like an awful person, kills babies on the weekend. Let's just say that. Hits women, I don't know. And then this guy, he's pretty mid, like a 5 out of 10. But he's got, you know, all the green flags in the world. He's such a nice, I don't know, you know.
You'd be surprised.
It's true, now I think about it.
See, this is the issue I have, right? So sometimes women don't know what they want.
Tell them. Tell them.
Okay, it's a sad truth. Sometimes women do look past red flags because they find a man attractive, and sometimes they look past green flags because they find a man unattractive. I think that's human nature. I think men do that too. I think men get manipulated and treated like shit by women that look good, and they wouldn't even look twice at a woman that they find unattractive. He's saying it like as if it's a bad thing. Looks is very subjective. So yeah, okay, sometimes it's, or majority of the time it's based on looks. That's because relationships are based on attraction.
I think altogether there's some validity to this point, but there's also a lot of gaps, so we'll give it half a point.
56. Most mainstream dating advice is simply awful, and it only serves to temporarily make people feel better about themselves. 57. For example, phrases such as just be yourself, just put yourself out there, just be presentable and make people laugh are only surface level and don't infiltrate deeper meanings of attraction.
I think his points here are basically that mainstream dating advice is bad. And I actually agree with this. I think a lot of it is very surface level, as he says. It's kind of just basic kind of stuff you hear your grandma say. Just be yourself, darling. Like, you'll find the right one day. It's like, realistically, that isn't the case. Like, even like scientifically, only 40% of men reproduce. So being yourself is not gonna work for 60% of people. So I think there's a lot better advice out there. Just that it's hard to find because there's so much of it nowadays. You'll be hearing one side say, "Oh, you need to treat women like shit and keep them keen," and the other side is saying, "No, women are queens. You need to pay for their nails and pay for all that shit." So I think for men are very confused, and I think that's why they end up in places like this.
But really, where do you hear mainstream dating advice anymore? Where do you ever hear that? From your grandma, like he said? Like, where do you hear that? Because online, I think it's very niche. People are in their different categories. I used to watch redpill videos, and I also obviously get shown advice like geared towards women. And one thing that I can see, because I would say like kind of redpill for the youth is a little mainstream now, in a way. So I'm going to use that as an example. And the advice men are getting compared to the advice women are getting, they're just leading them away from each other. And that's what I'm seeing. Like, women are being told, don't ever pay half on a meal, because if a man is expecting that, you're not his dream girl, he doesn't want to impress you. The first date is for him to impress you, and he's meant to woo you, right? Because traditionally women used to be courted by multiple men, and she was going to pick which one wooed her the best, right? So they're trying to be traditional in that way, but then the men are saying these women aren't traditional anymore, so they should pay 50. And you know, like, everyone's just getting the opposite advice. Like, no one's being brought together. Like, I think that's why dating is a shambles right now.
Yeah, I think the advice men and women get are quite different, because I don't think men are ever told they're perfect. Men are
by their mummies.
I guess so, but like I think by like people that actually give dating advice, like, men are always told that there's something they need to change, or they need to be a certain way in order to do things. And I think if men could get the balance between that, which is like the self-improvement side, and also the acceptance of like also trying to not hide who you actually are and putting on a mask, because I think a lot of the dating advice men get is basically to be someone else. Like, instead of being yourself, be like, act like you're the coolest guy out there and act like you've been here 100 times when you actually haven't. And I think that leads to more issues later in relationships, but that's a whole nother video. But yeah, I think he's got some valid points here, if I'm being honest. So
58. In fact, Any dating advice that starts with just do whatever is probably going to be terrible, terrible advice.
Okay, let me think. Just do
it.
what, Nike? Is that good dating advice? Just do it.
Just do. Well, it could.
What's it?
Yeah, like it could. I don't think it's. If someone says, "Oh, I don't know if I should go and talk to her. I don't know if I should." People ruminate on like something that's not even that much of a big deal.
Yeah.
Like it's not the end of the world. And someone says, "Just do it."
That's fair.
Yeah, I think this guy's a chicken. He wants everyone to be scared.
Yeah,
He needs
I
a
can see
logical reason to do every single thing. You should do this because you are a 6 out of 10, and people that are 6 out of 10s are allowed in these kind of spaces.
I think a lot of his advice just comes from a place of fear. I think it is like I don't know. It feels like it kind of feels a bit motherly as well in the way it's kind of like, don't do this for your own good because it's gonna hurt you. Kind of feel it's kind of like a storyline that like men are getting the short end of the stick in dating, which might be true if we're being honest nowadays, especially with how lonely a lot of men are.
59. The number of men excluded from the dating market is increasing year after year, and this is mainly because of rejections based on looks.
I don't agree it's based on looks. I agree it's based on men pulling out of the game. Like, from videos like this, like, I think men have a lot more fear than they did before. Men that weren't even attractive were like so cocky and just like would go up to women and speak to women. Like, they had confidence. And women, I think, value confidence over attractiveness. I'm not gonna lie. You can be a 5 out of 10 and you could approach a woman and have an amazing personality. You could just know how to talk to her and be very natural and just have that confidence about you. I just think men are pulling out of the game and making excuses and just being a victim. Like, and I think that men are they're in their victim era.
Yep, definitely.
And that's your fault.
I'm like, what did he say fuck me for?
Don't look at the viewer. It's not your fault, guys. It's alright.
No, I think that's the main thing. And it's a shame because it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, he said that a lot of the number of men that are not dating is increasing, and he said it's based on looks. I think that's ridiculous, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's not based on looks at all. It's based on the way society is going. Like, people are just a lot more atomized and individual. That's what it is. It's not that men are just deciding that they don't want to date women anymore. Like, this is one of the many side effects of the kind of society that's being built, kind of due to the feminist movement. It's one of the many ripple effects. So women are now more individualistic, which is their own right. So now they also don't feel like they need to date. A lot of women don't feel like they need a man to do anything, which is fair because they don't really. And a lot of men are not taking this well. I think a lot of men are feeling like they're not needed anymore, and I think their response to that is to be like, "Fuck it, fine. I'll just go. I just won't do it. I'll just watch porn."
I think it's interesting with what you said. Like, women have evolved in the dating market and just in life in general. So I think women expect different things from men in relationships than what men were used to. So I don't think a lot of guys have seen that from their fathers. They haven't seen their dads treat their like mums with emotional care and like just be there for her. Kind of just saw him as a provider, maybe potentially if you're lucky.
And then now that role is kind of
split,
non-existent
like,
now, isn't it?
or it's split. I just think that men need to evolve in a different way. I think that men and women need to talk more to each other. They need to start communicating.
I think it's just become like a men versus women thing in society now. Like, we're very much like ahead with each other all the time now. So it always seems like whenever you go on social media or YouTube, you're going to see topics, even quite similar to this one, that are going to be like men's point of view against why women are bad, women's point of view why men are bad. And I think it's just led to us literally going our separate ways, as you said. And I think men aren't taking it very well. I think men underestimated how valuable women were in their lives. I think a lot of guys probably haven't even experienced what it is like to have a woman in their life, so they don't actually know what they're missing out on. But they're just kind of addicted to the replacements, which is like, let's be honest, it's OnlyFans, it's porn, it's watching girls on Instagram shake their butt and having parasocial relationships with influencers that you never met before. All these things have replaced relationships that men and women used to have, and I think men are kind of too down bad to even like reach out for help and be like, yeah, this isn't fun. Guys, like, let's try and figure out a way to get back to, you know, having an integrated society. Men feel like women don't need them anymore. Women also may have a lot of negative feelings towards men that may not even be from their own experiences now. Because even when it just comes to even basic things like all the you've probably seen those videos of like, oh, the creep at the gym was watching me when I was all these kind of things, they do subconsciously affect men. Men automatically think, okay, I won't approach this girl because she might think I'm a creep. She might think I'm this, she might think I'm that. And for guys that have no experience talking to women, that's going to be their first thought when they see a woman that they want to talk to. Oh crap, what if she thinks I'm weird? What if she thinks I'm this? What if she thinks I'm that? So I think there's lots of reasons for this, not just looks.
I agree. I also think like what you said about women not wanting or needing men, I don't think that's true. I think women kind of long for a positive, loving man in their life, whether it be romantic or not. I just think that is a cope when women say, I don't give a shit, I don't need a man. Because I think men have hurt women a lot in the past in many different ways, and I'm sure men will say women have hurt men too. We're all human, we hurt each other. I think we just, we have different issues, and I think everyone's dealing with it a bit toxically.
Indeed.
At the moment.
I agree. Okay guys, that was part 2 of debunking blackpill beliefs. Hope you enjoyed it. Sarah, did you enjoy it? How was that?
I did. I hope if any people that consider themselves in the black pill, I hope you didn't mind me being in the video, because I know how you guys, like, I'm one of the villains.
Apparently. Yeah,
so I hope I wasn't too mean. I think I kept it real. I tried my best.
I'd say.
But yeah, thank you for having me.
No worries. Expect to see more of Sarah in the future, potentially. And don't be shy to let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think of the black pill? Do you think it's cope? Do you think it's fact? Let me know. And I guess we'll see you in the next one. Alright. Peace.